For about 10 minutes, I sit still and allow my emotions and thoughts to work on me. It takes 2 rings on my doorbell before I get up and head to the door. The part of me that wants to complain about who could be ringing my doorbell right now is at odds with the part of me that wishes it were the person I wish it was. I'm still angry with her, so I don't want to dwell on it or raise my hopes any further. I'm afraid I'll fall apart. Yet, I unlock the door the second I peer through the peephole to see who rang the bell. In her pajamas and slippers, Peeploy stands outside my door. Once more those night, butterflies are ecstatically dancing within me. However, on the outside, I remain calm. We stand staring at each other, and Peeploy seems to know why my face is angry and my eyes are empty. Can I go in? It's late. I no longer entertain guests. I try to shut the door, but Peeploy is savage. I didn't realize Peeploy had placed her slippers in the way to prevent me from closing the door in her face. In response, I kick the slippers out of the way and attempt to shut the door once more. Yet. Ouch. The person outside my room screams. I panic, thinking I might have slammed the door into her fingers. As a result, I let the door swing open. Peeploy immediately walks into my room, her hands and feet looking fine. There is no evidence of injury to reflect her scream. You tricked me into opening the door. I look at her, stunned. You were screaming really loudly. I'm an actress. The dimples appear with no hint of regret. In a fit of cute aggression, I am frantically tempted to pinch and tug her cheeks. Talking to a kid requires me to be tricky. I am not a kid. Besides being a child, you also have a vivid imagination. You imagine things and then sulk all by yourself. I give her a look of contempt. I would prefer not to engage in conversation with her. She upset me, but instead of attempting to reconcile with me, she said I'm behaving like a child. It's late. Please excuse me. I don't want to talk to anybody right now. I'm here to listen to your song. Peeploy remains calm and composed. Her soothing voice makes my eyes well up. You hung up on me. I didn't. The line disconnected because someone called me. Someone called you at 1 a.m. I let my head drop and my tears flow. The wall I put up to suppress my emotions crumbled under the weight of my own emotions. Yes, someone called me at 1 a.m. That's the only explanation Peeploy gives me. Then I catch a whiff of Peeploy's alluring aroma as she approaches and swiftly plants a kiss on my nose. The touch is warm and gentle, and it makes me cry even harder. I don't want to sing anymore tonight. You're really not going to sing. I came all the way from the 42nd floor, you know. I nod. However, I cannot stop myself from stomping over to hug her and burying my face in her shoulder. The heat of her body fills my lungs as I inhale deeply. I wrap my arms around her neck, not allowing her to return to her room like I said I would. Why are you crying? She strokes my hair. We remain in that position for a little longer before I release her and bid her good night. I do, however, call out to her before she takes a step. Peeploy. The person who goes by that name waits patiently to hear what I have to say, but no words come out of my mouth. I'm overcome with emotions. I go up to her and kiss her out of the blue. Peeploy's lips feel warm and moist. They are not at all cold, unlike her hand. Do you open your eyes while kissing? I need to lock my target. When Peeploy is in close proximity, I tend to behave clumsily, and my entire body starts to flush. Now I feel even more awkward when she asks me that question, so I lean back and glare at her. Didn't you open your eyes to see that I hadn't closed mine? I was in shock. She giggles and looks down as if considering something. She then sighs and looks me squarely in the eyes. Only high school students who are just starting a relationship give that kind of kiss. High school students who are just starting a relationship. She's insulting me excessively. Just because I open my eyes. No, I am referring to the way you simply pressed your lips against mine, as you just did. Simply pressed my lips. My anger is through the roof. Let me try again. The person listening to my request tries to hide her smile. She crosses her arms over her chest and allows me to press my lips against hers once again. This time, I did more than just press my lips. I move my lips and she responds. She's feeling it. I got the hang of it. I lean back, smiling, waiting for her to compliment me. So, I'm impressed. It's only after I grin that she goes on. I mean, I'm impressed that that is all you can manage. Savage, my temples are throbbing. Now, the woman who just insulted my kiss tilts her head. Let me show you. She sweeps her wavy hair behind her right ear. I will show you how adults kiss. With those words, the slender figure approaches me. She moves with a delicate yet swift grace. Gradually, Peeploy backs me up against the wall. Her silky skin brushes against the inside of my thigh as she slides her bare knees beneath her shorts between my legs. The same brilliant sparkles that fill Peeploy's eyes when she talks about her passion are now present in her eyes, which are full of depth. For a fleeting moment, I yearn to be the recipient of that gaze forever. As this woman draws her face closer to mine, I yearn to become one of her passions. Our proximity is such that I can detect her aroma. Peeploy. There's no response. Her icy hand slips beneath my hair and grips the nape of my neck. Her head tilts as she leans into me. Her warm lips firmly press against mine. The initial touch is delicate, then it heats up. The sensual, seductive touch skillfully floored me. She didn't wait for me to get ready. She didn't test the waters. She's not teasing. She is going all out. My entire circulatory system suddenly revs up. I clutch the pajamas that encircle her abs. My knees are losing strength. I'm burning on the inside and having trouble standing on my feet. If Peeploy doesn't stop, I fear for my life. Nonetheless, she draws me in by the waist until our bodies meet. She also locks me in place and uses the wall to support my body weight. Leaning her head back slightly, she intensifies my desire for her, and then she presses her lips against mine once more. It's soft, it's smooth, it's seductive, it's proof of our desire for each other. Despite the fact that this is merely a kiss, I feel as though Peeploy is gradually stripping me of my clothing with each movement. She flipped a switch inside of me. Arg shit, I genuinely have feelings for Peeploy. Pun. In comparison to her red Ferrari kiss, my kiss appears to be a jiggling piece of metal. I will do more than just kiss you if you keep groping my breast. Blinking blankly, I stare at her face, my right hand still squeezing. It's smooth, it's firm, it feels really good. I swear on Best's 350cc silicone breasts. But you groped mine first. I didn't do that, my hand simply brushed by it. If you touched it, I consider it groping. Does this imply that you will, or will not stop caressing my breast? Peeploy is mocking me with her smile. If you refuse to stop, we should continue on the bed in case your knees weaken again. One of these days, I will not be insulted in this way. The look in Peeploy's eyes makes me feel hot inside. I'm not content to just caress her breasts anymore. I want to hold her hand, kiss her neck, and feel her skin. I wish to get closer to her. I want to feel the deepest level of intimacy possible. Unfortunately, all I can do is hug my hands and study the creases on Peeploy's long-sleeve satin shirt. Allow me to walk you to your room. I'm an adult. I want to take care of an adult. At some point after 1 a.m., I take Peeploy's hand and lead her out of my room while she holds an orange juice bottle in her other hand. Even though we're alone in the hall, I restrain myself from grinning too broadly. Peeploy. I dare not meet her gaze, so I cast my gaze to the floor. Is it possible for us to eat together more frequently? You want to meet up with me more frequently, but you won't even look at me. We're walking. I should keep an eye on where we are going. As soon as I finish speaking, Peeploy stops walking. Since I am still holding her hand, I must also come to a stop. Her expression remains composed as I turn to meet her gaze. I would like to eat with you more frequently. I plead softly, both with my voice and my eyes. Peeploy examines me, seemingly searching for something. She then sighs, just as she did before we kissed, and continues to lead me by the hand to her room. Please ask me more politely. Maybe try calling me Daddy. What? I couldn't believe what I had just heard. I spoke clearly. Peeploy laughs with an air of villainy. Why should I address you that way? I'm not requesting that you treat me. Daddy, that's a simple word to say. She shrugs as she opens the door with her keycard. If it's that easy. I lean into her and look her directly in the eyes, hopping to make her blush. Call me Daddy. But in response, the villain brings her beautiful face closer to mine and focuses her honey-sweet eyes on me. I can't help lowering my gaze to gaze longingly at her soft, dewy lips as they begin to move. When you get to your room, please let me know. I lose, staring into her eyes has left me feeling defeated. I return to my room along a deserted hallway, her broad smile lingering in my mind. I hum the final verse of the song. Close to you, all the way back to my room. What time did I go to sleep? All I can say is that I'm glad it was a Saturday night and that I didn't have to get up early for work the next day. Otherwise, I could be a case study for the campaign. Don't drive when you're sleepy. Don't stand when you're asleep. What? Do you want me to go into more detail? Well, someone told me to let her know when I got to my room. Therefore, I decided to inform her via video call, reassuring her with both my voice and my face. Would you like more information? Geez, okay. After calling GB, who did not answer, I called Peeploy and informed her that I had already returned to my room. I was unable to cut the line once I saw her face, so I asked what she had planned for Sunday. She told me that she was going to a spa and rehearsing for an event on her channel. The allure of her voice prompted me to inquire further, which in turn sparked additional discussion. Suddenly, Peeploy brought up the topic of shoes, expressing her desire to expand her clothing brand into an area she is passionate about. She told me how proud she was to have built the brand from scratch. Peeploy has never revealed anything personal to me. She would normally ask questions and listen to me. She will only delve into broad subjects at most. She then proceeded to make excuses for wearing shoes in PJ's room, causing PJ to frown. I lay in bed and listened to all of this, feeling as though the outside gate had been opened. In the end, the one who tried to make up weak excuses just laughed and admitted that she's simply obsessed with her shoes and wants to irritate PJ, even though she knows PJ isn't actually angry with her. My only role for the night was to listen and observe the dimples on those cheeks until we entered a yawning competition. Our bodies succumbed to fatigue. At 4 a.m., our conversation ceased, and we found ourselves lying on our sides, gazing at each other through our communication devices. You're enchanted. That's what Jeeb would say if she were aware of my actions. And yes, I'm enchanted and I can't break free. Hello. Hello. You called me at 1 a.m. What happened? I didn't hear your call because I was asleep. I think the prey has stepped into my trap. I would appreciate it if you could elaborate. The person on the other end of the line inquires, although I believe she understands what I mean. I believe Peeploy is developing feelings for me. I fill a bottle with freshly squeezed orange juice, ready to store it in the refrigerator. Soon, I will know directly from Peeploy's mouth where Peitai Medikit is hiding.